know, like when you get home for the first 60 days, and you're like, damn. Like, wait.
Can't just walk out to my kitchen. Thank you.
I play backpacks once.
No.
They're so hard.
Sailing on the backpack.
But like, I hate them.
They're so. I think they're beautiful.
I do.
They're beautiful in their own.
Everyone likes them.
They're the perfect instrument for battle. For battle. Like, it gets you energized and riled up and makes you want to go kill someone with a sword. No, trumpets are too
I hear
evil.
the Migos.
Yeah.
I'm going to battle.
They need some ugly.
And then they looked at us
We just like kill the enemies here.
The Loctitecs are killed so riled up.
afternoon. Please be seated. My name is Elizabeth Marmon-Joswick, and as Gonzaga's Interim Academic Vice President, it is my privilege and my honor to welcome all of you to the university's 125th commencement ceremony. I would like to extend a special welcome to the families and friends, many of whom have traveled great distances to join in the celebration of our students' achievements. Today, we recognize 507 graduates who have successfully completed their studies and are at the beginning of a new stage of life. Today, we also recognize individuals who embody the university's mission and its commitments. In doing both, we continue a nearly 500-year-old project of Jesuit Catholic humanistic education. In that tradition, Gonzaga has welcomed, educated, and conferred degrees upon thousands of students. We're very proud to have accompanied you on this part of your educational journey, and we're delighted to celebrate this important milestone with you. At this time, I ask that you please stand and join the Big Bang Theory, Gonzaga's undergraduate a cappella group, in singing the United States National Anthem, followed by the Canadian Anthem, with a Canadian verse located at the back of your program. And please continue standing through the invocation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on
Would Father Steve Hess of the Society of Jesus, Gonzaga's alumni chaplain, please come forward to provide the invocation?
And as we continue our celebration, and let us now turn to our God, the reason why we're here, and ask for God's blessing upon all of us. Good and gracious God, today as we come together to celebrate your love in our lives, we ask you to bless our eyes so we may claim the power of vision, to see the goodness and distinct gifts of all those celebrating today. We ask you to bless the lips of Neka and Ampali and Father Leo O'Donovan as they claim the power of truth. May they speak words of wisdom and authenticity that will motivate us to make your world a better place. May you bless the feet of our graduates. May they walk across this stage with a sense of humility and gratitude, ready to forge new paths of justice in our world. In blessing their hands, may they create an inclusive world, free of fear and marginalization. And may you bless the hearts of us all, so we may claim the power of unconditional love and gratitude as we give thanks for our graduates and for the lives of our families, friends, and faculty who have loved them to this day. May our lives be a blessing to each other, as the lives of many have already been to us. Amen.
Thank you, Father Hess. Please be seated. I am very happy now to introduce to you Gonzaga's 26th president, Dr. Thane McCullough. A social psychologist by training, Dr. McCullough received his bachelor's degree from Gonzaga University and his doctor of philosophy from Oxford University. Dr. McCullough is a nationally recognized leader in Jesuit higher education. He served Gonzaga University in numerous positions since he first joined the university in 1990. He brings to his work as president a deep knowledge of our institution and a passion for its mission of providing an excellent education that challenges students to achieve their fullest potential as human beings. Dr. McCullough, please welcome him.
Dr. Merman Joswick, our honored speaker, Father Leo O'Donovan of the Society of Jesus and Dismet Medal recipient, members of the faculty, staff, and administration, honored family members and special guests, but especially you, graduates of Gonzaga's class of 2018. It is a real privilege to be with you this afternoon. Before we begin your well-deserved celebrations, however, let's take a moment to remember and celebrate those who have been mom for us. In honor of all moms, I would like to ask all of the mothers here today to please rise and let us recognize you on this Mother's Day weekend. Today is a day for reflection, for expressing our gratitude, and for celebrating success. Today, graduates of the class of 2018, we recognize the remarkable effort and commitment that has led to the granting of your master's or doctoral degree. Your degree today is conferred upon you by a Jesuit university, an educational institution that is based in a tradition of learning now more than 470 years in the making, a tradition that has relied upon the importance of reflection as an essential element of true learning. So let us take a moment to reflect together on the meaning of this moment. Some of you entered your graduate program immediately following your undergraduate work, but many of you, perhaps most of you, pursued graduate degrees having first spent time entering the professions and gaining hands-on practical experience. Many of you here today are accompanied by spouses, daughters, sons, extended family, all of whom have come together to celebrate your accomplishment. They, better than most, know the sacrifices that you have made to get to this point in your life and in your career. I cannot deny that I personally look back on my graduate school experience as one of the most trying periods of my adult life. Acknowledging the practical reality that I was pursuing my graduate studies in a foreign country as well, I clearly remember the frustrations which came with the constant juggling of time for my studies and research with the demands of family, the disorienting cultural differences that made routine seem unattainable, and the need to work in order to make ends meet. While the details are unique and may be different for each of you, I have no doubt that each and every one of you have experienced similar struggles and frustrations and moments even of experienced failure along the paths of your own lives and educational journeys. Of course, the experienced reality not only makes today's accomplishment a sweeter celebration, but underscores the point that achievement is measured in no small part by the nature of the adversity one has experienced along the way. Indeed, if your education at Gonzaga has been truly successful, you now understand at a deep level that learning often emerges from situations and opportunities that we might least expect. In fact, I am certain that the application of your learning in your personal, professional, and communal lives will be most fruitfully applied in the least predictable occasions, times, and places. Graduations mark transitions, and that means change. And change is often accompanied by fear. But transitions, university graduations at their heart, are really about hope. You, our graduates, go forth today with the unquenchable hope that emerges from the practical tools that make you competent and capable, the innovative thoughts that you possess and will solve real problems, and the human and humane values that will sustain you and others in times of trial. The Jesuit concept of the magis, the even more, that which makes things add up to more than the sum of their parts, exists only in the context of hope. Because without it, doing more, being more, creating more, is simply not achievable. The Jesuit tradition insists that we be people of hope, bringers of hope to a flawed world. Hope is what makes imagining a better future possible. Today we acknowledge that it is you, our graduates. You are the ones who will define the future we all will experience and share. And so on this spring day, it is now you who fill us with hope. And that alone is worthy of great celebration. So as you go forth to whatever choice or opportunity you next have defined for yourself, I hope that you will carry these thoughts with you. In your dreams and in your aspirations, you carry the hopes and dreams of this faculty and this university. We will miss you, but we will look forward to celebrating your many achievements to come with you. Without question, we know that each of you will find opportunities for success and achievement in your future work, but we ask that you please take time to nourish your heart and your faith along the way. Wherever you go in this life and whatever good works you choose to pursue, know that we know that God's Holy Spirit is upon you now and will remain with you forever. You have been a gift to us, you inspire us, and we are grateful to have been with you on this part of your journey. It is my honor to serve as this university's president, for it allows me on this day, on behalf of the entire Gonzaga University community, to wish you all the best and Godspeed. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you, Thane. It is now a distinct honor for me to invite Father Leo O'Donovan to join Dr. McCullough at the center of the stage. Father O'Donovan is receiving an honorary Doctor of Laws degree and will be delivering today's commencement address. Father O'Donovan's life work both at Georgetown University, where he has served as president from 1989 to 2001, and at the Jesuit Refugee Service, where he's currently serving as director of mission, has been dedicated to education, ethical imagination, and global awareness. At Georgetown University, he supported academic programs with significant increases in endowment funds and developed new initiatives such as the Center for Muslim-Christian Understanding and the Center for Social Justice. As he moved into his current role at the Jesuit Refugee Service, he began and grew refugee education programs with the intent of bringing new opportunities to individuals who often find themselves in unstable circumstances, sometimes for years. Father O'Donovan says that for refugees, the chance to be educated is fundamental to human dignity. For his service to Catholic higher education and to some of the world's most vulnerable people, and in recognition of a life lived in service to the mission of higher education around the world, Gonzaga University today bestows upon Leo O'Donovan of the Society of Jesus its highest honor, the De Smet Medal.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Gonzaga University for this great honor. Let me turn it so you can all see it. If you can't see it, we'll talk later. And then, my dear graduates, I want to congratulate you on your achievement in attaining your master's and doctoral degrees in philosophy, theology, and leadership, the various fields of nursing, business, and education, engineering, organizational leadership, and leadership studies. You deserve to be very proud, and indeed your university is deeply proud of you. It sends you forth now to represent its highest ideals of learning and service, wisdom and compassion. Everyone here today is confident that you will be Zags who powerfully represent their university and Aluminum Jesus as well. If you don't happen to know where he is, I'll show you after the graduation ceremony. I also want to ask you what, in addition to your chosen fields, you will take time to care for. Approaching that question, let me recall two images that most of us have seen in the media. First, several years ago, the dead body of a little boy washed up on the shore of the Mediterranean and brought heartbreak breathtakingly home to the world the cost of one family's effort to flee the civil war had exerted. We could not take our aching eyes off the body of little Alan Kurdi. About a year later, another child, Amran Daknish, lanced what was left of our hearts. We saw him in the rubbish of the historic city of Aleppo after a Russian airstrike, sitting on an orange ambulance chair, covered in ashes like a little ghost. Later he became, according to his father, a political pawn. The plight of refugees and displaced persons is not the only crisis besetting humanity in today's world. The delicate ecological balance of what Pope Francis calls our common home is, according to overwhelming scientific evidence, seriously endangered. The threat of misused nuclear power has become alarmingly greater, with nuclear arms now in the possession of more states, and the efforts to curtail them stalled by what seems a modern fatalism. The increasing gulf between rich and poor throughout the world, even granting the large numbers of people who have in the past century been raised from poverty, threatens not only the human rights and dignity of the poor, but the stability of nations and the world order itself. But the great number of refugees and internally displaced persons today is no less a threat to our very humanity. According to the United Nations High Commissioner on Refugees, UNHCR, by the end of 2016, there were 65.6 million people forcibly displaced worldwide, an increase of 300,000 over the previous year. To imagine this concretely, that is just almost precisely the number of the entire population of Great Britain. Of the 65.6 million displaced, 22.5 million were refugees in the technical sense, driven out of their countries by the fear of persecution. 40.3 million were internally displaced, still within their home countries, but likewise driven from their homes, schools, and communities. And 2.8 million were asylum seekers. Children below the age of 18 are now over half of the refugee population. The number of new displacements, says the UNHCR, was equivalent to 20 people being forced to flee their homes every minute of 2016. Misconceptions abound. It is not the developed world that is hosting the greatest number of refugees, but the developing world, which can least afford it. Syria is not the only source of refugees. They also come in significant numbers from Afghanistan, many regions of Africa, Central America, especially the northern triangle of El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala, and most recently, Myanmar and Venezuela. Most refugees are not to be found in camps, about 40%, but in urban areas, roughly 60%. And the average length of stay in a camp is not the several months or years most Westerners suppose, but a full 17 years, the life of a young person. However robust your conception of God's providence, this situation threatens it deeply. You think of an early scene in Alice McDermott's new novel, The Ninth Hour, in which an awful act of self-destruction is about to occur, and an elderly nun senses that God, bent over, must be holding his head in his hands, helpless. Is God watching? Are we? Is Jesus, God's incarnate word for us, watching? The revered philosopher, theologian, and spiritual guide Michael J. Buckley of the Society of Jesus liked to say that the gaze of Jesus, Jesus watching us, is the first event of discipleship. And in January 2018, celebrating a Mass for peace and justice in Santiago, Chile, Pope Francis dwelt on the first words of chapter 5 in St. Matthew's Gospel, when Jesus saw the crowds. The Pope suggested that in the gaze of Jesus, the people encountered the echo of their longings and aspirations. That encounter gave rise to the Beatitudes, born, as the Pope said, of the compassionate heart of Jesus, and a horizon towards which we are all still called today. In proclaiming the Beatitudes, the Pope continued, Jesus shakes us out of that negativity, that sense of resignation that makes us think we can have a better life if we escape from our problems, shun others, hide within our comfortable existence, dulling our senses with consumerism. Such a sense of resignation, he warned, tends to isolate us from others, to divide and separate us, to blind us to life around us and to the suffering of others. But positively, the Pope was calling us to solidarity with our fellow human beings, and especially with the poor and those in greatest need. Solidarity has become an increasingly insistent theme of Catholic social teachings, at least since Pope St. John Paul II. It has been proposed along two converging lines of thought, one explicitly religious and the other from the practical wisdom of common human reflection. Religiously, the witness of Scripture has a paramount authority, and especially in Hebrew, Scripture is insistent on the people's duties towards strangers and aliens. The two defining moments in the history of the Jewish people, the Exodus and the exile, lead to powerful theologies of liberation, one testifying to God's deliverance of the people from enforced labor in Egypt and toward a promised land, and the other lamenting enforced displacement in Babylon, but celebrating the people's return to the land of the promise. Recalling the Exodus, Yahweh repeatedly commands the people to love the stranger and the alien, for they too, the people, had been strangers in a foreign land. As a providentially delivered people, they are called to loving hospitality, not merely as a social nicety, but as a sacred necessity, mimicking the protective care of their Lord. The alien who resides with you, we read in Leviticus, shall be to you as a citizen among you. You shall love the alien as yourself, for you were aliens in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. In more recent history, a watershed moment came in the aftermath of World War II, the last time the world saw anything approaching the current refugee crisis. Meeting in San Francisco to establish the United Nations, world leaders were able to adopt the landmark Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948. Later, the convention related to the status of refugees was adopted in 1951. Both were supported by argument that was, if variously influenced by religious themes, nevertheless basically grounded in common human reason. Today, of course, the question of refugees and people on the move is a matter of significant controversy in American society. Imagined threats are often trumpeted far beyond what reliable evidence supports. And the riches that migrants bring to our country are all too easily overlooked. Listen to Senator George Mitchell. 3 of the most valuable and successful business enterprises in the world are Apple, Amazon, and Google. Apple was created by Steve Jobs, whose father was born in Syria. Amazon was created by Jeff Bezos, whose adoptive father was born in Cuba. And the founder of Google was Sergey Brin, who was born in Russia. We may also note that of the 7 Americans who won Nobel Prizes in 2016, 6 are immigrants, winning in chemistry, physics, and economics. Calling for a conversion of mind and heart vis-a-vis migrants that is both religiously and rationally grounded, the bishops of the United States and Mexico in 2003 authored a still valuable document titled Strangers No Longer, Together on the Journey of Hope. The conversion called for, they wrote, deals with confronting attitudes of cultural superiority, indifference, and racism, accepting migrants not as foreboding aliens, terrorists, or economic threats, but as persons with dignity and rights, revealing the presence of Christ and recognizing migrants as bearers of deep cultural values and rich faith traditions. I suggest to you newly graduated Zags that the cause of strangers no longer, with whom we are united in the human family on the journey of hope, is a cause eminently worth caring for. I urge it not so much as an addition to full lives of friends and families, the workplace and civic engagement, but as an intrinsic part of your pledge to the common good of humanity, to a society of inclusion and integration rather than self-interest and division, of building bridges rather than walls, of giving rather than taking, and yes, being men and women for others. My prayer for you is that you may see, as indeed God calls us to see, what is happening achingly in God's world, and that you will then, fired with God's love, join the Holy Spirit in seeking to renew the face of the earth. God bless you all, and God bless Gonzaga University.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Father O'Donovan. Every year, we invite one of our graduates to speak to the commencement audience. This year's graduate student speaker is beginning work on her big dream to implement educational and recreational programs that unite and empower girls from lower socioeconomic backgrounds in Nigeria. A Harry Potter nerd, she's hoping any day now to be sorted into Gryffindor House. Today, she is receiving her Master in Communication and Leadership Studies. Please welcome Nneka and Mpali.
On December 26, 1976, my father said goodbye to the country he'd called home for the past 21 years. He left behind the familiarity of his community and the comfort of his loved ones. Before he boarded the plane that would take him from Enugu, Nigeria, to Chicago, Illinois, he met the gaze of his father. With an outstretched hand, my grandfather, Japhet Enempali, shook the hands of his son, which unbeknownst to either of them would be for the last time. He left his son with these parting words, Jisike. Jisike stems from Nigeria. It stems from an Igbo tribe located in Nigeria. When used at its essence, this word offers strength to its recipient. It acknowledges the inevitable presence of hardship and sparks the necessary strength needed to persevere through any foreseeable obstacles. Just like my father, each of us has a story that reveals why we occupy these very seats. My story is a continuance of what my father began when he immigrated to this country several decades ago. Through their sacrifice, my parents afforded me this very opportunity, including the opportunity to be addressing the distinguished graduating class of 2018. Congratulations. As I reflect on my experience here at Gonzaga, I recognize the uniqueness and the necessity of stories like mine. 2 years ago, when I made the decision to move to Spokane, I did so knowing that I would be exploring the depths of what it means to be uncomfortable. I'll never forget my first conversation with someone willing to candidly lay out what my experience would be like as an African American in this community. He told me, and I quote, "Ain't no black churches, ain't no black people, and if you're looking for black love, you ain't gonna find it here." I appreciated his blunt honesty, and I quickly learned that he was correct. There were not many people of color here in Spokane. And initially, finding community was a constant struggle for me. I then realized that community can be defined as a feeling of fellowship for others. For some, community can be found every Friday across campus at Jack and Dan's. For my virtual campus students, there's no greater place for us to commune than on our online discussion boards as we go in circles, thanking each other for their contributions to the conversation. Through finding our community, we discover the power created when we walk in our purpose. And you see, walking in our purpose becomes inherently easy when we commit our trust onto something greater. And for me, as a Christian, that was placing my trust in God. Our education here at Gonzaga has provided clarity and equipped us with the necessary strength and tools needed to explore how in depth, how our passions align with our God-given purpose. Though our experiences may differ, they're all interconnected into what makes this university's story. We've studied abroad. We've experienced the one-in-a-lifetime opportunity of game day in the kennel. We've managed our families and our careers while still managing our tasking course load. During my course in servant leadership, there was an essay by Lane Bolden that I truly enjoyed. He stated that servant leadership is building that communal consensus, that idea that we must be willing to serve one another at some capacity. My community here at Gonzaga has equipped me with the tools to act out that servant-led lifestyle. And one day, I'll have the ability to travel back to the country my parents left behind and impact my community. In this very moment, exempt of social class, gender, and race, we've all been privileged with the opportunity to pursue and obtain an education. I urge each of you to go forward to your respective stations of purpose with the commitment to see the need and meet the need of others less privileged. As we delight in the completion of this chapter, none of this could have been done without our inner circles that represent our why. Take a look around. We're immersed in a room full of love, surrounded by individuals whose greatest desire was to support our dreams on our academic journeys. Our families, professors, academic advisors, and our fellow Zags that sit to the left and to the right of us. This is our community. Be settled by the fact that you'll always have a home here at Gonzaga. Learn to use your knowledge, your talents, and your passions to ignite your community. I believe in you. Gonzaga believes in you. Jisike.
Thank you, Nika. And now to the moment for which you've all been waiting, the conferral of degrees. As the graduates prepare to cross the stage, let me take this moment to introduce the academic deans to you. Interim Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Patricia Terry. Would you please stand? And remain standing. Dean of the School of Business Administration, Dr. Ken Anderson. Dean of the School of Education, Dr. Vincent Alfonso. Dean of the School of Engineering and Applied Science, Dr. Stephen Silliman. Dean of the School of Law, Jane Corn. Interim Dean of the School of Nursing and Human Physiology, Dr. Lynn Murphy. Interim Dean of the School of Professional Studies, Dr. Yolanta Weber. Thank you. I am grateful to the deans for their dedication to academic excellence and to student success. Thank you. We will begin with a conferral of doctoral degrees. Would you please hold your applause until all degree candidates have been presented? Candidates receiving a PhD in leadership studies will be presented on the south side of the stage to my right. Will Interim Dean Dr. Yolanta Weber please come forward? The chair of the doctoral program in leadership studies, Dr. Joanne Barbour, and dissertation advisors will hood the candidates.
By the authority vested in Gonzaga University by the state of Washington, it is my pleasure to present the degree candidates for the School of Professional Studies.
Candidates receiving doctoral degrees in the School of Nursing will be presented on the north side of the stage to my left. We will begin with Doctor of Nursing practice degrees. Director of the nursing program, Dr. Jane Teed, will hood candidates with assistance from the student's faculty advisor. Will Interim Dean of the School of Nursing and Human Physiology, Dr. Lynn Murphy, please come forward?
By the power vested in Gonzaga University by the state of Washington, I am pleased to present the candidates for doctoral degrees from the School of Nursing and Human Physiology.
The following Doctor of Nursing practice students will be hooded by Dr. Nancy Beckham. Aubrey Ann Argyle.
The following Doctor of Philosophy in Leadership Studies student will be hooded by Dr. Shan Furch. Thomas R. Buck.
Tiffany Vanna Quach.
Melissa L. Commodore.
The following Doctor of Nursing practice students will be hooded by Dr. Neva Krogan. Kelly Julene Anderson.
Harry Daniels Schatz.
Lauren Lokilani Anderson.
Cami Lee Ramsey Eastep.
Risa N. Campos.
Chi Hua Ho.
Jamie Lynn Coles Duff.
Antonio Jimenez Luque.
Christina Ann Fisher.
Kevin Williams.
Christina M. Hug. Kimberly Boyd Jabez. Kathleen Marie Mannion.
The following Doctor of Philosophy and Leadership Studies students will be hooded by Dr. Chris Frankovic. Kay Ditzenberger.
Jody Lene Williams.
Andrea Fallenstein.
The following Doctor of Nursing practice students will be hooded by Dr. Nadira Donaswar. Melissa Marie Claflin Hubbard.
Jeffrey David Geldine. Jeffrey is also being hooded by Dr. Jane Korn.
Ashley Janae Croft.
David McNamee.
Amy Beth Houlihan.
Kimberly Ruth Mungarai.
The following Doctor of Nursing practice students will be hooded by Dr. Janalee Isaacson. Kelsey Renee Martin.
Paul Patterson Susak.
Denise Renee Agorek.
The following Doctor of Philosophy in Leadership Studies students will be hooded by Dr. Kem Gambrell. Jim Jones.
The following Doctor of Nursing practice students will be hooded by Dr. Joan Owens. Kimberly Diane Van Winkle.
Kirk Thomas Kimberly.
Donna Harned Vela.
Amy Elizabeth Martin.
The following Doctor of Nursing practice students will be hooded by Dr. Jeff Ramirez. Amy Jo Vargas.
Valerie Lynn Shaman.
Jennifer Marie Wilkinson. The following Doctor of Nursing practice student will be hooded by Dr. Brenda Singer. Summer R. Mazzicola. The following Doctor of Nursing practice student will be hooded by Dr. Deborah Smith. Sonia Lee Juarez. The following Doctor of Nurse Anesthesia practice student will be hooded by Dr. Scott Petty. Ashley Jan Limegruber. Brittany Marie Lundy. Kyle Thomas Shibley. Sarah Colette Wardell.
Moving on, there we go, to the conferral of master's degrees. Presenting on the north side, to my left, are the College of Arts and Sciences, the School of Education, and the School of Nursing and Human Physiology. Will Dr. Patricia Terry, Interim Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, please come forward?
By the authority vested in Gonzaga University by the state of Washington, I'm pleased to present master's degree candidates for the College of Arts and Sciences.
Presenting on the south side, to my right, are the School of Business Administration, the School of Engineering and Applied Science, in the School of Professional Studies. Will Dr. Ken Anderson, Dean of the School of Business Administration, please come forward?
By the authority vested in Gonzaga University by the state of Washington, I am pleased to present master's degree candidates for the School of Business Administration.
The following students are receiving a Master of Arts in Theology and Leadership degree. Joshua Stephen Barnes.
The following students are receiving a Master of Accountancy degree. Brad Francis Atchison.
Cami Renee Forrester.
Javier Barajas Duran.
Eric Edward Mertens.
Joshua Stephen Bennett.
Katrina Ann Wynn. This concludes the conferring of degrees in the College of Arts and Sciences.
Will the Dean of the School of Education, Dr. Vincent Alfonso, please come forward?
By the authority vested in Gonzaga University by the state of Washington, I am pleased to present master's degree candidates for the School of Education.
The following students are receiving a Master of Arts in Clinical Mental Health Counseling degree. Tara Laree Brown.
Haley Sue Blotter.
Rachel Nicole Burns.
Connor Ryan Buhaley.
Madison Marie Caldwell.
Cameron William Cox.
Alexander Brendan Day.
Keith James Idland.
James Randall Ellis.
Cody Michael Kinghorn.
Toby Nicole Goring.
Yu Jun Ma.
Connie Fritzy Guerrero.
Sean Thomas McGuire.
Kendall Bailey Hamilton.
Kellen Ann Fain McDonald.
Allison Kate Johnson.
Amanda Jane Oakley. Thomas Jordan Owen.
Emily Mason.
Mitchell McClellan Penny.
Katie Ann Moret.
Dashel Coyle Skleiner.
Kelly Lynn Phipps.
Ashley Marie West.
Austin Michael Porch.
David Craig Wright.
Alice Kane Witten.
Lorraine Zhang.
Antoinette Wisner.
The following students are receiving a Master of Business Administration degree. Jonathan Michael Billings.
Ning Shi U.
Kirsten Elaine Miller Bott.
The following student is receiving a Master of Arts in Marriage and Family Counseling degree. Hunter Badgley.
Sarah Marie Burris.
Amelia Elizabeth Evans.
Austin Riley Chavallo.
Candace Ann Judd.
Felicia Marie Soria Conklin.
Jillian Rose Petterborg.
Crystal Cortez.
Andrea K. Rice.
Brian Reed Danaher.
Michaela Mary Santa Cruz.
Toya W. Deach.
Daniel Edward Schwartz.
Eileen Marie Dempsey.
Samantha Jo Seward.
Jacob Walter Dixon.
Taylor Grace Tweedy.
Chow Chu Du.
The following students are receiving a Master of Arts in School Counseling degree. Catalina Chacon.
Benjamin Parker Dubois.
Alexi Marie Chavez.
Carrie Elizabeth L.G. Sanders.
Lindsay Grace Earl.
Marley Ann Elmer.
Lilia del Carmen Hueso Perez.
Ronald Edward Espedal III.
Kyle Mark Johnson.
James Warner Evans.
Evan John Kruschke.
Kevin Matthew Floor.
Kelly Carmel McCarthy.
Jordan Elizabeth Gasser.
Megan Corinne Mendoza.
Chelsea Ray Good.
Lauren Lindsay Mills.
Timothy Paul Hill.
Megan Elizabeth Stylen.
Michael Adam Kelly.
The following students are receiving a Master of Arts in Sport and Athletic Administration degree. Taylor Michael Allen.
Scott Kim.
Zachary Charles Brown.
Liesel Marie Kitlitz.
Chelsea Amber Hansen.
Marco Anthony Magnato.
Belinda Renee Howe.
Cameron Paul Mering.
Kinlan Rafim Jackson.
Nicolette J. Mache.
Nathaniel Mark Martin.
Michaela Noel McDermott.
Reba Renee McLennan.
Alyssa Jane McDonald.
Alfred Wayne Miller Sukasim.
Cassandra Miller.
Joshua Ted Monson.
Jennifer L.V. O'Callahan.
Joseph Eugene Francis Montellano.
Nicholas Kurt Olson.
Sean Michael Moriarty.
Daniel Jacob Otis.
Sinead Pauline Nelson.
John David Pipper.
Francois René.
Elizabeth Maria Powers.
Mark Landon Smith.
Timothy Mikhail Przemyslowski.
Aaron Keith Vaughn.
Kevin Skinfill.
Gabriel William Villa.
Lindsay Skinfill.
Travis Stewart Wilson.
Jessica Ellen Stratton. Oliver Christian Taylor.
The following students are getting a Master of Arts in English as a Second Language. Emtinan Ajili.
Anthony J. Teskey.
Nuha Ibrahim Al-Amari.
Casey Marie Tucker.
Layla Abdullah Al-Anizi.
Nicholas Michael Ulowetz.
Alanud Ali Alumari.
Autumn Moselle Williams Hansen.
Ali Omar Asiri.
David A. Woodson.
Mary Jo Goodrich.
The following students are receiving a Master of Business Administration in American Indian Entrepreneurship degree. Danny J. Brigman.
Sharifa Ibrahim Gasadi.
Leonard Estrada de Leon.
Kendra Joe Thomas Grabowski.
Preston Eagleheart.
Sarah Louise Griffith.
Alicia Marie Gaylert.
Juanme Hall.
Ordell Joe.
Hamza Sabri Raje.
Tashina Banks Rama.
Teresa Wallstrom.
Amber L. Tecumseh.
The following students are receiving a Master of Counseling degree. Carol Marie Koronowski.
Michael Jordan Thompson.
Coons.
Jessica Ray Sinagini.
Rhonda Ann Mason.
The following student is receiving a Master of Business Administration in Healthcare Management degree. Ian Wallace.
Yvonne Catherine Haschali.
The following students are receiving a Master of Science in Taxation degree. Yoon Allison.
Anya Marie Stang.
Joseph John Chapman.
Danielle May Switchenook.
Samuel Bear Comfort.
Leslie Allison Tucker.
Fletcher J. Connor.
Pam Denise Weinberger.
Keely Jolene Costello.
The following students are receiving a Master of Education in Leadership and Administration degree. Tamara Lynn Bryden.
Walker Niles Cutter.
Pamela Jean Garland.
Robert McCarthy Frisch.
Gavin Andrew Linton.
Paul Bradley Gertz.
Murray Curtis Oster.
Bradley Kainalu Hanashiro.
Rachel Catherine Robillard.
Trey Jeffrey Hardy.
Caitlin Elizabeth Smith.
Alexandra Rose Henderson.
Holly Nicole Smith.
David Benjamin Kelly.
The following students are receiving a Master of Education in Special Education degree. Yasser Al-Kisi.
Delana Ray Cromer.
Gabrielle Elizabeth Kroll.
Nicholas Christopher McCarthy.
Aaron Brooke Ernest.
Jenna Lee Metzer.
Catherine Hastings.
Marissa Irene Reisenauer.
Kayla Renee Marks.
Amanda Ruth Rhodes.
Samantha Marie Romeo.
Michelle Marie Rouse.
JC Christine White.
Mitchell Thomas Sanders.
Joshua Robert Wilkinson.
Allie Elizabeth Swanson.
The following students are receiving a Master of Education School Administration degree. Megan Alexandra Anderson.
Haruka Uchida.
Debbie Jean Bowman.
Tanner Toby Varon.
Deanna Lynn Brennan.
Reagan Lee Wiley. This concludes the conferring of degrees in the School of Business Administration.
Will the Dean of the School of Engineering and Applied Science, Dr. Stephen Silliman, please come forward.
By the authority vested in Gonzaga University by the state of Washington, I am pleased to present the master's candidates for the School of Engineering and Applied Science.
The following students are receiving a Master of Engineering, Transmission and Distribution Engineering degree. Danae Michelle Clare.
Brittany Dawn Carlson.
Patricio Manuel Hernandez Casada.
Inderpreet Singh Kumo.
Brock Philip May.
Christine Ann First.
Robert E. Scherer.
Richard Adam Hildebrand.
Matthew West. This concludes the conferring of degrees in the School of Engineering and Applied Science.
Would the Interim Dean of the School of Professional Studies, Dr. Yolanta Weber, please come forward?
By the authority vested in Gonzaga University by the state of Washington, I am pleased to present candidates for the master's degrees for the School of Professional Studies.
The following students are receiving a Master of Arts in Communication and Leadership Studies degree. Melissa Jane Amaryllis.
Taryn Lindsay Day.
Juan Manuel Aviles.
Travis Michael Hyde.
Mildred Bennett.
Cindy Lazell.
Elizabeth Ann Benz.
Kevin Craig Legary.
Carolyn Smith Casertano.
Blair Allen Lucas.
Shane Matthew Caskey.
Jennifer E. Matt.
Michael Daly.
Juliana Louise Miller.
Kimberly Collibab Douthit.
Kara Motts.
Danielle Alexis Enriquez.
Kelly Ann Marie Nixdorf.
Marie Evans.
Stacy Marianne Nunweiler.
Brandy Lynn Galloway.
Joanne Papadopoulos.
Nicole Hayes.
Esther Monique Peltier.
Linda Gail Hobrock.
Shahal Rajan.
J.C. Howard.
Brandon James Robinson.
Angela Renee Jackson.
Jeremy Wade Rosevold.
Chanel Yvonne Elaine Kumar.
Leah Megan Schmidt.
Austin Majors.
Sharon D. Seawright.
Lauren Lindsay Mays.
Robert George Slade.
Jamie Danielle McDaniel Knox.
Gregory Harlow Way.
Margaret Elaine McGuire.
Tanis Reagan Went.
Cameron Summers Monroe.
The following students are receiving a Master of Initial Teaching degree. Bethany Marie Adame.
Joanne Renee Moore.
Jennifer L. Albrecht.
Kyla Tess Morris.
Erin Elizabeth Ballow. Richard
Kenneth
Alexander
Evan Newhouse.
Ashley Ann Borello.
Darby May Nickel.
Matthew William Boyle.
Amanda B. Opitz.
Kelsey Ray Cobain.
Cynthia Marie Parsons.
Catherine Lynn Dines.
Alexandra Nicole Pingree.
Megan Elizabeth Elmore.
Cheryl Redding Humphrey.
Christopher David Iglesias.
David Walter Roberts.
Joanna Beth O'Neill.
Erin Claire Robinson, daughter of University Regent Stephen Robinson.
Heather Nicole Parrish.
The following students are receiving a Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership Studies degree. Michelle Lindsay Abris.
Lacey Marie Reyes.
Robert James Alstrom.
Leah Marie Simeon. Woo!
Jordan Christopher Alston.
Madeline Christine Summers.
Caitlin Diane Antles.
Elise Nicole Tallman.
Jennifer Lee Atencio.
Landon Cuthbert Trigg.
Cecile Ingrid Bamer.
Britta Marie Wallen.
Mary Beechenor Barbie.
Amanda K. Zarco. This concludes the conferring of degrees in the School of Education.
Will the Interim Dean of the School of Nursing and Human Physiology, Dr. Lynn Murphy, please come forward?
By the authority vested in Gonzaga University by the state of Washington, I am pleased to present master's candidates for the School of Nursing and Human Physiology.
The following students are receiving a Master of Science in Nursing degree. Rachel Ann Adams.
Melissa Sue Barnes.
Melina Allen.
Benjamin Lee Bennett.
Rachel Marie Alsbury.
Daniel Curtis Bennett.
Angelina Nicole Aquila.
David Robert Berberick.
Ashley Lavon Astorga.
Lisa A. Blankenship.
Melanie Caldwell Ballesteros.
Matthew Daniel Blythe.
Aubrey Jean Miller Bott.
Amy Bradbury.
Tirza Dawn Bristow.
Sarah Michelle Brazier.
Alicia Michelle Buchanan.
Nicole Christine Bridgman.
Scott Alden Campbell.
Joshua Doc Burkhart.
Julie Marie Christensen.
Therese Renee Callio Cabanting.
Michelle Renee Churches.
Emily Elizabeth Carter.
Holly Marie Collins.
Matthew Douglas Clark.
Danelle Kathleen Cotterill.
Angela Marie Crone Lombardi.
Rachel Lynn Couch.
Katie Perrant Curtis.
Erin Kathleen Donovan.
Matthew John Darnell.
Elizabeth Michael Dvorak.
Kirby Lane Davis.
Dawn Michelle Epler.
Stephen Kyle Denton.
Whitney Christina Eskis.
Michael Peter Duffy III.
Patricia Faye Fitzhugh.
Katie Patricia Elder.
Allison Dawn Fry.
Neka Enimpali.
Melissa Jo Gallardo.
Norman Joseph Fiocchi.
Carrie P.R. Gould.
Ryan Shane Finesilver.
Desiree Haggart.
Lori Gallinger Finnerty.
Jennifer Lee Hall.
Curtis Mitchell Fry.
Angela Marie Hamill.
Krista Marie Fuller.
Christina Marie Hart.
Michael Giancarlo Galvez.
Heather Lauren Herman.
Christine Maxie Gilmer.
Brenda Sue Hess.
Jason Michael Gordo.
Carla K. Hess.
Michelle Catherine Griffin.
Ruth Louise Heidi.
Jennifer Louise Grover.
Robert Allen Heister.
Sarah Jane Guzman.
Molly E. Horton.
Christina Rose Hinrichs.
Desiree Rose Huntley.
Colleen J. Horan.
Sheila Ann Hurd.
Bruce Robert Huff.
Allison Esther Izquierdo.
Larry G. Howard.
Dana Marie Jones.
Jennifer Hammond Isaacson.
Ingrid Ursula Kemp.
Jonathan Jones.
Carrie Condell.
Sarah Lynn Jones.
Rachel Christine Kumler.
Amanda Lynn Lagerstrom.
Amber Dawn Lang.
Sarah Augustine Caldestad.
Brent Joseph Landkammer.
Emily Ann Klingler.
Angela Dawn Larsh.
Catherine DeLacy Kane.
Shannon Lee Latham.
Heidi Lynn Larson.
Juanita Lane.
Victor Varnoy Lee.
Haley Justine Long.
Jason Paul Lapolte.
Victoria Leona Longstreth.
Clement Jen Hawk Lai.
Kara Ann Lundeen.
Brett Patrick Douglas Mahoney.
Lori Ann Loma.
Brian Alexander Madison.
Catherine Madrid Cunningham.
Stephen Leo May.
Tracy Ray Manderville.
Kristen Michelle McNeely.
Patrick Harold Maney.
Stephanie Elizabeth Mendoza.
Trisha Leanne Maxwell.
Catherine Lee Mitchell.
Rachel May.
Matthew George Doromal Montenegro.
Tiffany Ann McCreary.
Tucker D. Mortensen.
Crystal Dawn McGavin.
Kara Marie Nagel.
Janaea May McGreevy.
Tara Colleen Newman.
Megan Llewellyn Meyer.
Emily Linda Novak.
Katie Ada Miller.
Barry Anthony Nugent.
Nicole Jolie Mills.
Morgan Leslie Owen.
Kelly Ann Moore.
Shannon Louise Pierce Murphy.
Somali Nasozi.
Scott Allen Proust.
Devin Nicole Nixon.
Courtney Ray Prosser.
Heather Ann Ostrin.
Michelle Lynn Rader.
Emily Joy Ottmer.
Matthew J. Ranstrom.
Samantha Christine Parsons.
Crystal Lynn Roush.
Jennifer Payette.
Aubrey Rose Reed.
Michael Lynn Pilatsky.
Laura Rainish.
Matthew Tyler Reeves.
Jake Michael Rivera.
Lauralee Michelle Reiber.
Tanya Michelle Robison.
Carla Marie Wrighton.
Stephanie Marie Rockwell.
Diane C. Robinson.
Tamara K. Roloff.
Valerie Joanne Rounds.
Brenda G. Roundtree.
Rhonda Rowan.
Stephanie Lynn Schmidt.
Jessica Ann Rumpsa.
Lilama Sebastian.
Kimberly Ann Sabin.
Amanda K. Sherry.
Adam Floyd Sanchez.
Justin Allen Slagle.
Penny Ann Sather.
Christina Marie Smedley.
Jennifer Renee Saucier.
Grace Smith.
Megan Sievert.
Lynn Marie Smith.
Dina Marie Shaughnessy.
Anna Colleen Strickland.
Andrea Shaw.
Trishelle Tanner.
Rebecca Lynn Stillwell.
Kristen Lane Tellen.
Jennifer Marie Tackett.
David Richard Thompson.
Carolyn Wendy Tellez.
Samantha Nicole Tripp.
William Paul Titoki.
Ricardo Wallace Jimenez.
Michelle Weaver Knowles.
Brenda Lynn Wasson.
Shannon Elizabeth Keenan.
Cassandra Justine Mish.
Tony Cherie Waller. This concludes the conferring of degrees in the School of Nursing and Human Physiology.
Jennifer Kathleen Wilbur. Elizabeth Perry Willis. Brett Wayne Wilponen. Emma Olivia Wolfram. Linnell Wright. Mackenzie Marguerite Yates. Jacob Randall Zetwick and Tracer. This concludes the conferring of degrees in the School of Professional Studies.
And this concludes the conferral of degrees. Will all degree recipients please rise? Move your tassels to the left. And would you now please give a round of applause to the faculty who have guided you and the family and friends who have supported you as you have pursued your degrees. Please be seated. On behalf of Gonzaga University and all who are present, I would like to express my gratitude to Father O'Donovan for honoring us today with his presence and for his wonderful commencement address, and Neka and Impali for representing her class. Thanks also to our ceremony readers, Amber McKenzie and Dr. Julianne Mora. President McCullough, faculty, and honored guests, it is my pleasure to present to you the graduating class of 2018. Congratulations, everyone. Father Pat Lee of the Society of Jesus, Vice President for Mission, will now give the benediction.
Please stand. Thank you. We pause for a moment to thank you, our generous and loving God, for the blessings of this commencement ceremony. We give thanks for the gift of Jesuit higher education. We give thanks for the Gonzaga community who gathered here to celebrate this milestone event. For the wisdom and inspiration of our speakers, we give thanks. We're especially grateful for the creative minds and generous hearts of our graduates, and pray that God's blessing will be upon them as they commence into the world as women and men for others. May God's blessing follow you, all of you, as you find new journeys to travel. May you walk safely along the paths of your dreams. May God's gentle hand guide the decisions you will make and the passions that you will follow. May your hearts and lives always reflect God's love, truth, justice, and hope. And may that hope be a light within you that you carry into each new day. May God walk with all of us into the future and bless us with a deep desire to share our gifts with those most in need. For all that has been, for all that will be, we say amen.
Thank you, Father Lee. I invite each of our graduates and their families and friends to join us now for a social immediately following this ceremony. It's held on the quad lawn, which you can reach by exiting through the north doors and walking towards College Hall. This concludes the university's 125th commencement ceremony.